All right.
At any moment, there's going to be an intro video.
But in the meantime, you can enjoy the
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Hey, that's what's up. No, I'll just run it.
Woodchuck, chuck, wood. How much would it? I forgot that one. Y'all like my new chaser? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gauntlet. And yes, I am back. It has been a minute, but I will say, not only am I back, but I'm back with a little bit of flair and a little bit of there. You know, last night, I had some friends come over Amsterdam at Pineapple, and today we finished off the conversation from last night. But without further ado, let's introduce the guys. We got Detroit Dom right over here, Midwest North? Is that what you call it? Yes. Anyway, what's going on, Dom?
What's good, JJ? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. There we go. So we have somebody on the North. It's only fair we have somebody in the South. I mean, we ain't talking the South. We talking the dirty South, okay? Let's get down to motherfucking business.
I got a little something for y'all. Hold on one second. I got a little something for y'all.
Do it.
Because JJ, and especially Dom, know how we gets down. Y'all know we like five years deep, man. This episode of The Gauntlet is brought to you in part by Absolute Wildberry.
Ooh.
Mixed with the summer edition Juneberry Red Bull. I will let everyone know the report of how this turns out.
Sounds interesting.
There you go. It does sound interesting. So
very good time. Very good time.
That's so it's funny. Jay has his friends. I have my friends. Dom, do you have your friends? Are they there?
What friends?
Like Heineke or beer? Do you have anybody
No, I
there?
don't drink Heineken anymore, but I promise you this is full of Moscato with a couple ice cubes.
Moscato ain't wrong. So everybody, we all having a good night. It's Friday. You know, preseason just kicked off with the Hall of Fame game. It's a good reason to celebrate. It's a good reason to sit here and enjoy your friends every now and then. But without further ado, the best topic by many people's accounts is underway. Our sports moron of the week. So,
I was cabbage patching. So I was Diddy. You know, take that to the spice to the sports moron.
Because I need a new phone because it lags. I didn't get to see the segment of the facial expressions until literally like 5 seconds in. But you know what? The facial expressions of John and James, John especially. John looks like a man who worked for like 80 hours of the week, came home, had his wife nagging to him, and he's sitting there looking like, what the F? What is going on? But that's not everything. So, Dom, who is your sports moron of the week?
Well, sports morons, plural. And it's actually a whole conglomeration of two groups of people. I believe it's a worldwide conspiracy. My sports morons of the week are the vast majority of the Chicago Bears delusional fan base, and however many of the, 53, there's 32 NFL teams, correct?
Gee.
So 1,696. However many of those players from the NFLPA voted Justin Fields, number 86, of the top 100 players. Tell me how. Tell me why. How does a bottom 10, maybe bottom 5 quarterback in the entire league, how is he the 86th best player in the league? This man is 5-20. His lifetime completion percentage is 59. 59. That's like Cam Newton territory. He's got 24 passing touchdowns, 21 picks. You can add in his rushing touchdowns, 10 more. But 28 fumbles? Just tell me how. And I've shared my feelings about Justin Fields many a time. Originally I was rooting for the kid because everybody loves a changing of the narrative story, wanted to see an Ohio State quarterback succeed. Plus, I was terrified we'd be bad last year and draft C.J. Stroud. Now that we're not, have Justin Fields.
So why the change? Because it's not like he sat here and said, rank me, right? They ranked him. You know what I mean? Like, end of the day, they decided it. So I think you should still be champion for Justin Fields. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, well, unless you face him because that's your rival. I love Joe Burrow, but I hate him when we play him. But your issue is not necessarily with him, though. Your issue is what people think of him. But that's not an indication of how you felt about him. So, I think Justin should get the love. But, at the end of the day, people rank how they want. We don't see everything. We don't factor in. Maybe the players voted and factored in this offensive scheme and the hard-headedness of his coaching staff prior to the last 5 or 6 games of the season as a factor to why he may be ranked higher, because when they finally bought in and let him kind of grow and develop in the way that fits him, he thrived. I can't remember, but I think they almost beat the Eagles.
They did.
So did we.
Eagles.
Almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and nuclear war.
Very true, but when we're talking individual player rankings, the team winning percentage doesn't really matter. We're looking at the progression of the player, and he definitely had a good year as he ended the year, and he had some good performances. Now, I'm not going to tell you wrong for how you feel, because at the end of the day, your opinion. But
he silently also rushed for 1,000 yards last year. That has to get acknowledged.
I went probably overboard in trying to give this man credit, call him a poor man's Lamar Jackson. But he's not even that.
Poor man's Cam Newton, I can understand that one.
I necessarily am not sure about that, because the dude does have talent, and the dude is electric. I think we're going to see, I'm very interested to see the Bears, and we'll probably dive into that in a future segment coming up, what they're about, what Justin Fields is going to be about, because the Bears made some good moves this offseason for him. But okay, I get you. That's your moron. That's, it is what it is. That Detroit, flavor. I was about to ask you, did Jared Goff get ranked yet? But if he did get ranked or not got ranked, he may be ranked higher. So I was like, that can't be it.
He is higher.
He's higher than Jared.
I looked at the list earlier, but I forgot already. I know Dak's 70.
So I'll be very honest with you, and I am just saying this just to say, I have not paid attention to NFL 100 since the debut one. The debut one, which was actually the actual 100 of the NFL history, in my opinion, was the best one. The absolute best one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because it was actual assessments. They actually thought about it before. Yeah. After
oh shoot.
We got switch over here. Boom, boom, boom. Crazy. Anyway, after the year JJ Watt didn't play, he got the Alonzo Mourning treatment and got ranked high because of his peers. I already knew to take it for what it was. So that's what it is with that. Jay, there you go. In the dirt south.
He thought of something on the fly.
Yep.
Not Jalen Green for that video. But go ahead.
Right. Yeah. That didn't make him look good at all. My sports moron is Dom for not having tickets to SummerSlam, and it's in his city. I'm just kidding. No.
That's a moronic move.
No, I'm just kidding. My sports moron actually is to Bleacher Report for saying, so they had a bold predictions type deal. I get bold predictions, but then there's just outright questionable articles when you say things like the Baltimore Ravens offense will fall flat on its face this year. Now, they centered this around because JJ, y'all got a new offensive coordinator in Todd Monken. But I'm also looking at a fully healthy Lamar Jackson. I'm also looking at the signing of OBJ, who's fully healthy. I'm not expecting 2016 Giants OBJ, but I expect them to be solid. I'm also seeing a fully healthy J.K. Dobbins, just across the board. So I do not for
Hold on,
one
little
second
caveat.
think.
Little
And
caveat.
Gus.
Mhm. Oh, and
JK,
Gus, yep.
JK has, because he's holding out for his contract, has not stepped on yet. He has
That
not stepped.
that is true. That is
We'll get
true.
to
But
that.
when he does step on, and I believe he will, he's going to
Yeah,
contribute.
yeah.
He's going to contribute tremendously to that offense. Point being, wherever you want to rank them between 1 and 10 or 15, that's all on the viewers. That's all on whoever. A Steeler fan may rank them, 15th. A Ravens fan may rank them first. But to say they're going to completely fall flat on their face is it's asinine to me. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think they are. It's still going to be between the Bengals and the Ravens who's going to win this year. But to say they're going to fall flat on their face, that's far fetched. Now, JJ, I know that's your team. You got any?
So I'll be honest with you. At the end of the day, I'm looking at it like this. My quarterback got his money. He has essentially no pressure on him in the sense of he doesn't have to worry about the contract negotiation. That's gone. He has a offense where he's actually allowed to actually show that he's a quarterback, sliding protections, making audibles, trying to see what the defense is doing. He has that ability now under Todd Monken's offense. And what I've been seeing about him in training camp is he is not playing around. He is very upset when things don't go absolutely perfect. He's always been that way, but in this way, he's upset, but he also looks at himself to try to figure a lead. I mean, at the end of the day, I get it. But I think there's going to be a big year for my guy. I think when we get to the AFC North, we'll probably dive into it more. But I do agree with you 100%. But I will say the 4 teams in the AFC North are very, very, very competitive. They all can beat each other at any moment's notice. So it's going to be a very difficult time to get the AFC North crown. But Dom, what you got to say about the sports more on the week before we touch into our next topic?
What do you mean? I already gave mine.
Well, I was more so looking at maybe you were adding on to, something that Jay had said. Maybe it resonated with you.
Oh, one other thing, and this is where I could point more so at the Bears fan base than the players that voted.
The Bears fan base.
There are many, many Bears fans out there. They just swear up and down Justin Fields is going to throw for 4,000 yards.
The Bears have yet to yield a 4,000.
I was going to say, keep in mind, that's never happened.
It's literally never happened.
Justin Fields is not the guy to do it. Not this year.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm. With that said, we are going to turn to football's first game of the year. It is back, baby. NFL Hall of Fame game took place yesterday as we saw the New York Jets defeat, correct me if I'm wrong, oh, thank God I'm looking, because, Amsterdam and Pineapple talking to me right now. But anyway, the Jets have defeated the Cleveland Browns. Jay, stop it. Calm down. Relax. I got it. I'm just playing. But anyway, I said it to say the Jets had defeated the Cleveland Browns in our inaugural opening game of the 2023 to 2024 NFL season. There were some highs and lows for certain players on the team. I don't know if you guys watched it. Kellen Mond didn't have the best stretch. He threw an interception. And then if you saw his facial expressions throughout the game, it didn't look like he was confident. He looked like he was overanalyzing things because of that interception. But in tune, we heard Aaron Rodgers talk about his time being there. We know Sauce Gardner is there. Dom, what do you think of the game, and what do you foresee for the Jets and the Browns this coming season for what you saw last night?
Well, a few things. For one, since you mentioned him and he got most of the snaps, I was either yesterday or the day before years old when I found out that Kellen Mond was a Brown. I thought he was still like third string on the Vikings. I actually liked Kellen Mond a lot in college. Wanted the Lions to draft him. He's very raw. For one, I did not watch the game for a variety of reasons. I am not particularly a fan of the Hall of Fame game because I think in my mind, it puts the two teams that play in it kind of at a disadvantage. Like, who's ready to go play a game, albeit a preseason game? I mean, camp started, 2 weeks ago? Ish?
Waiting for like 5-6 months now. I mean, I'm just saying.
Right. And, the way that the preseason is now, it's already been shortened by a week. Starters play less than they ever have. And, I mean, as far as takeaways from it, there's not really much. I might go back and watch it and see what I can figure out about, the depth on the Jets and the Browns, because I went and looked at the box score today and I saw virtually nothing from any of the starters, which is what I expected. And it's one of those things to me. I mean, it's not quite to the level because it's still an actual game, albeit preseason. But to me, I would rather that they replace that game with something else other than an opportunity for, guys to get hurt in the preseason. You know what I mean?
I get it. I understand that. But what I think, how about this? I think the Hall of Fame game is predicated upon the two players that have been inducted that they feel the strongest about. And so this year was Darrelle Revis and Joe Thomas.
Right.
So, I think it's more about they get to see the team that believed in them and gave them a chance. And I understand where you're coming from because it's disadvantage, but the preseason has never been about fans. Let's be honest with you. It's never really been about the fans. It's been about the coaching and having them just to see how they're handling live action after being off for 5 or 6 months. So it's very interesting, but the teams are picked, I think, are based off the players they feel the strongest about. We played the first Hall of Fame game because I think that was Ed Reed's year of getting inducted in the Hall of Fame, I believe.
By the way, Revis and Joe Thomas, two of the best of their eras.
I loved Joe Thomas's interview with when he had his son there. I absolutely loved it because, I mean, at the end of the day, the dude was literally the one person you knew, no matter what happened, was going to show up and do his job. And literally,
you know what's funny? You know what Joe Thomas did at the draft?
What did he do?
He did not attend. He went fishing, knowing damn well he was going to be a first-round pick.
But I love, you're right. He said that, and he mentioned his love for his family. And I'm very close with my father. And when I saw that and I heard him say that, I was like, yeah, that's a real one. That's a man of character. That's a man who will not put this job in this game before the people that helped him become the person he is to be able to play this game. You know what I mean? I like that. So, Jay, what did you think of yesterday's game? Because they are in the same conference you're in.
Well, first of all, I thought DeMarcus Ware did a pretty decent job singing the national anthem. Don't expect him to sign a record deal anytime soon, though. But he sung the national anthem, whatever. It was great. As far as the game goes, Zach Wilson looked exactly how I would expect him in the preseason. He did throw a 57-yard bomb. How he completed it's beyond me. But I guess the sun shines on the dog's ass sometimes, even if it's preseason. Kellen Mond, I thought, looked decent. I agree with Dom, prospect out of Texas A&M. Also, Dorian Thompson-Robinson looked pretty good, too. I forget where he came out of. He came out of UCLA. As far as the game itself, I mean, I'm never going to complain about football, watching football, more football, whichever, as long as the players can handle it. If now, and to Dom's point, this is no longer 4 preseason games; it's 3. because you have one extra game in the regular season. That's how they got to make up for that, And no, this isn't going to be a case of, well, the Jets and the Browns are going to play 3 more preseason games. No, this is their first one. Like, this is their week 1 of the preseason, and then the rest will follow suit. It just felt good to see football again. I mean, we now in the time leading up to the NFL beginning again and everything. We actually got through a full season of the XFL. We got through another full season of the USFL. It held some people down. Some people didn't care about it. Okay, but I'm just glad that football is here, and Madden 24 drops in about 2 weeks.
That is true. Madden 24 is debuting in about 2 weeks as we kick off the NFL season. Personally,
it's like make or break for Madden.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't played the games, so I don't know, be honest with you. But I may play the games again. What do you think, Jay? Is it a make or break year for Madden?
I mean, it's not, because it's Madden or nothing.
Yeah, it's not like
does 2K still make football?
No, and you know what? That's the thing, Dom, is to everybody out there who feels that Madden has fallen off, notice that Madden was better when there was other competition. When you had NFL 2K, when you had what was the other joint that came out for the PlayStation, Dom? The other joint. There was like 3 games, man. I forget. It'll come to me in a minute. But then no, not Blitz. It was something else. But and then Game Day. That's it. Game Day. Notice Madden was better when it had competition. When it had Game Day. When you had NFL 2K. On the Xbox, you had the NFL Fever series when Peyton Manning was on the cover.
Solid on Dreamcast.
Yeah, a lot. And the funny part is a whole lot of people prefer 2K over Madden. When they went away, it was almost like Madden got complacent because there's no competition. There's no competition out there. Now, it's kind of like with I'm sorry. Go ahead, JJ.
No, go ahead. I'll let you. I'm after you.
Oh, I was saying, like, it's kind of like with Dom on what was it, Basket Bros. And you said how you watching AEW again, and you love the fact that pro wrestling is back, Now, ironically, AEW came along and the product in WWE got better. That's because they've got competition now. I'm not saying AEW is on WWE's level. You know what I mean? If it even gets there, it'll be. And shout out to Tyler Ingram in the comments. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. But the product tends to get better when you have competition out there. If there ain't no other football game out there, the Madden creator's gonna be like, "Yo, we're gonna do what the hell we want because they're gonna buy it, and who gonna stop us?" But if you bring back NFL Game Day, if you bring back 2K, you may see an increase in performance.
What's interesting about this whole thing is, I'll be honest with you, Madden 2000 to Madden 2012.
Hey, what up, boy? I'm in Houston. Holla. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. We from Texas. Hey, okay. Texas down, man down. You know what you do, whatever y'all call it. Anyway, but when Madden 2000 to 2012, I haven't played it since PlayStation 2. But my childhood was Madden. Literally. I played Madden all year round from like 10 to like 22. And I loved that game. But I also am a PlayStation 2 guy because that's what I grew up on. And so if I get a game system, it's going to be PlayStation and see what Madden's about. Honestly, I wish Madden gets simpler because that's just what I grew up on. And I love, just the mini camps with the mini games. That was fun.
Some of that back.
I hope so because tackling drill, running back drill, wide receiver catch drill, and ironically, the field goal.
Oh, did he freeze?
Okay, I had a little lag. I don't understand. But anyway, I'll sit here and say again, the running back drill, the tackle drill, the wide receiver drill.
Yes.
And
it's my favorite console of all time.
The catch and turn bonus.
We're going to do a little quick tangent. That really was. The Madden PlayStation 2 was life. PlayStation 2 was freaking life.
And to your point, JJ, real quick, The PlayStation 2 is actually the best-selling console of all time. Over 155 million consoles sold worldwide to date. And it's my favorite console of all time.
Can
Same.
you blame them? I mean, let's talk about it. That joint was there, but we'll have to talk about it in another day because we can go all day. We're gonna turn to a division that one of our amazing, beloved teammates on the Four Horsemen, well, Five Horsemen. Thank you guys, love you guys, shout out to you guys, everything. We're talking about the NFC North division. So, without further ado, I want to give the floor to Dom, because this is his division, and he has a team that has a lot of eyes on them this season to now take this division. So, Dom, talk about the NFC North and give me your preview.
Okay, I'll start by answering the question. Is it our division to lose? Absolutely it is. This is the first time. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know about Vegas odds back when I was, 11, 12, 13, anything like that. I know it's the first time since I've known what a Vegas odd was that we were actually favored to win the division. I also know that about 4 months before Vegas made up their mind, I pretty much gave them their cue and said 9, maybe 10 wins. Odds came out, they said 9.5. Because here's the thing: we finished last year 9-8, and that was on the strength of an 8-2 finish and a 1-6 start. And the thing I keep saying, banging my head on the wall, we are not as good as that 8-2 finish. We are not as bad as that 1-6 start. We have a tough schedule, well, tough in spots, easy in others. But yeah, absolutely. A lot of people don't believe in momentum carrying from one season to the next because the off season is so long. But we definitely finished hot. There's a lot of, what if we had. I think we could have made some noise in the playoffs. I wanted so badly to get in and at least, give San Francisco a run for their money. Unfortunately, the standings say that Minnesota won the division handily, but is that not the most fraudulent division winner that we've seen since the Steelers?
Just
did it better.
I'm gonna get on them in a minute. Go ahead.
But I don't. We could very easily sweep the whole division. I think we'll lose one in there some way, somehow. The powers that be, call them what you will, the old men in the desert. Clearly, this division is coming down to us in Minnesota because why else would we not see a division opponent until week 15? We play 14 games before we see Minnesota, and then we get them twice in 3 weeks to finish the season. The last one being on the road.
Oh, that just says they think y'all two are going to come down for the division crown. That's all that says.
Green Bay and Chicago don't have a prayer of winning that division. Neither does Minnesota, unless we somehow, some way screw it up, which I don't think will happen. But yeah, that's all I got.
So
all about the hype. I also, real quick, I love that. Literally, the first press conference after the first day of training camp, Campbell and Jared Goff came out in lockstep. Campbell was like, we're ignoring the hype. We got to go do this. And Jared Goff was like, we've done nothing. It's our first day of practice. Yes, we had a great end to our season last year, but we've done nothing. Which I love it. Till the wheels fall off.
But I hear you on that one. You guys, it's your division. It's yours to lose. It's up on y'all. Pressure's on y'all. But real quick, Dom and Jay, have y'all ever watched Dateline or 60 Minutes and a confidential informant is speaking, right? But you don't see their face. Do I not look like that right now?
That's how you look right now. You look like you telling on some damn body. You look like you telling on some
100%. The only thing you're missing
when
is
Don was talking, I was sitting there. I was like, I look like a confidential informant right now, where I'm spilling the beans. But you know what, everybody? I'm outside. And I don't know one thing you know about me. When it's beautiful outside, I'm always outside. And I'm not going to go inside. So you're going to see me as the Dateline confidential informant. But anyway, with that being said, Jay, we've
The
heard
gauntlet.
Dom. We've heard him talk about the division. We've heard him talk about his team, how much he believes in them. Do you back up his claims, or do you, yes, Bacon, but you can't find me though, bro. I'm in Galapagos, and y'all don't want to come down there because I'm gonna send the Komodo dragon y'all, but Komodo Joe coming
Uh-oh.
to real
I don't want them
Komodo
problems.
Joe coming to see y'all. How y'all doing? But anyway, Jay, do you back our boy Dom? Do you back his claim that it's the Lions and everybody else is just catching them?
Well, Gauntlet Dental Informant. Um, I back up about 90% of what Dom said. The only thing that I will disagree with is I think you guys were better than that 8-2 finish, because if Carolina doesn't rush for 350 on you, you're 10-7 instead of 9-8. So that's the only thing that I will. And you entitled to feel how you feel. That's all good. You know your team better than me. It's just I think y'all actually were better than that 8-2 finish. Like literally no other team was hotter than the Lions, like down the stretch. It's crazy after a 1-6 start. But as far as the division goes, absolutely it is the Lions to lose. I know there's a lot of hype and everything. They've turned down being on Hard Knocks and such. And man, it just seems like I was in grade school easily the last time anyone had the Lions favored to win the division. I don't even know if JJ was born yet. The last time someone favored the Lions winning the division. The
Jay, how
Lions
old are you?
winning.
Jay, how old are you?
I'm 40.
So I'm 33. So that's 7-year gap. So you do the math.
Yeah, he maybe was like a toddler. All right. Well, so
Actually, I'm turning
um,
34.
I literally
Turning
don't think there was
34.
any time, because the thing is, most years when people think we'll be good, we're bad, or vice versa. And you're also talking about a franchise with 0 back-to-back 10-win seasons.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, and another reason why I have them winning the division is because, well, all the other ones are essentially they're either starting over, or they're still on their way up, or they're they're taking a step back. Taking a step back, the Vikings, they have no Dalvin Cook. Kirk Cousins, and JJ, we know how he feels about Kirk Cousins. You know, consistency.
I don't even care about that
I
child
mean,
anymore because
I
my
don't
point
see
was proven. My point was proven when they signed an $84 million contract, and they still haven't got further than what Case Keenum took them.
that. Yeah, no. I got you. I got you. But taking a step back, the Vikings still on their way up. The Bears, and starting all over, the Packers. So with that being said, I have the Lions at 10-7. They will go 5-1 in the division, but I think that one loss may come when the Lions have already locked it up. So to your point, Dom, you may drop one to Minnesota, but it'll be after the division's been decided. The Bears 6-11. They'll go. What were they? 4. They'll go 2 more wins than last year. Fields.
Oh, that would imply that they had 4. They had 3.
Oh, they did have 3 wins. Okay, so yeah, 3 more wins than last year.
It's funny because the Bears fans want to piggyback off us, thinking they're going to go from 3 wins to 9 wins because we just did. I'm like, you don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, pretty much so. And then of course, let's see, Vikings. I got Bears and Vikings both at 6-11. I got the Bears over the Vikings due to head-to-head. Packers, I got 5-12. Everyone sees what it is. They lost Rodgers, they lost Lazard, they lost Cobb. They've got Jordan Love. They don't know who he is. The bright spot, Christian Watson. I suggest that them two formulate a tag team real quickly. But outside of that, I mean, the Packers, again, they're going to be starting all over again. So, yes, it is absolutely the Lions to lose. If somehow the Bears or the Vikings win this division, there's going to be, it's crazy because if the Lions don't even make the playoffs, I don't think that there'll be as many questions because it's like they're favored to win, but people also kind of expect them to be the Lions. There's that populace out there. If the Lions don't make the playoffs,
That's total
Same old
BS.
Lions is almost dead.
That is total BS to the simple fact that you said outside of them, nobody's winning more than 7 games. That is total crap right there. There is no way you're going to sit here and say that they have the potential to not miss the playoffs, which would be expected if you think everybody else is going to finish under 7 wins. That just doesn't add up. If either they going to ride or they not going to ride.
There is no threat, and I almost feel like everyone in the division should win at least 1 or 2 more games than that, because as sorry as our division is, we all play the sorriest division in our conference, which is the South. Both South divisions in the whole league are just garbage.
They're not good. They're not good. You know.
So,
but to JJ's point, what I was saying was, if the Lions don't win the division, there's a populace out there that still expects them to be the Lions or revert back to being the Lions.
The only way they don't win the division is if Jared Goff gets hurt.
Yes, pretty much.
It's funny how when Jared Goff was signed by Detroit, everyone said stopgap, 1 year, till the next person comes in, and now people are actually believing in this guy because I truly feel the Lions will either be 11-12 win team or 5-6 win. I see no in between. Interesting that you say that, Mr. Bacon Grizzler. Shout out to that one. But it's interesting how Jared Goff is pretty much changed people's opinions of him with Dan Campbell. And, I don't like the Lions. I don't really care for them because at the end of the day, they're in another conference, and there's nothing against them. I see everybody like that. But my father follows the Lions because he loves Brad Holmes. He loves, Dan Campbell. And we talk a lot about the Lions. So I do pay attention to them in that regard. What I will say is, actually, you know what? We'll save that, what's going on. Let's go over to the next topic over here. And what is our next topic? Amsterdam and Pineapple are my best friends right now. So I'm just, going along. And, I could talk about the NFC North all freaking day. There was a Bleacher Report that came out. And it was talking about a fan vote in regards to some particular metric when it comes to NFL players. You have to forgive me. I am doing my best, but Amsterdam Pineapple is working on me right now. But let's talk about the Bleacher fan vote. Jay, take it away with the Bleacher fan vote.
So there was I actually dug this article up, and they ran a poll as bet who they feel was the best slot receiver in the NFL. Going from bottom to top, Keenan Allen netted 8.3% of the vote. CeeDee Lamb netted 22.1% of the vote. Sun God Amon-Ra St. Brown, 22.9%. Cooper Kupp overwhelmingly won the fans with 46.6%. I agree with this one. A healthy Cooper Kupp, mind you, because he, got a little banged up last year. Healthy Cooper Kupp, yeah, over everybody on this list. But if he's banged up, I actually would go, it's going to be either Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen has a tendency to get nicked also. So I'm going to say CeeDee Lamb is next to me. So, but outside of that, I don't have.
I'll fly down to Houston right now and slap you until my hand hurts.
Why?
Well, you better say.
Why you gotta have St. Brown as the fourth one?
You better say Amon-Ra St. Brown. Stop playing.
Go ahead, Dom.
The funny thing is, for one, it's fan vote, and the fans don't know anything. Bring that graphic. Thank you. That list is basically generated by the quality of their quarterbacks. The best quarterback throwing to any one of those four is Matt Stafford. Ask Cooper Kupp. Ask Calvin Johnson about the Matt Stafford effect. Ask Golden Tate. What 2 players have the most receiving yards in a season of all time?
Thanks, Tyler.
Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp. Coincidence? I think not. Amon-Ra, yeah, he's the second best one. 5 years ago, minus the injuries, I probably would have said Keenan Allen. CeeDee Lamb, I don't understand the hype. I just don't get it.
Oh, you just don't get the hype of CeeDee Lamb. Okay, well, you know.
Well, JJ, what do you think?
I mean, to keep it funky with you, I didn't really dive into this topic, but if I have to think, I do like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shout out to the man. He's won me, a few little things on the Underdog's Prize Pick. Shout out to them. But anyway, I do think Amon-Ra St. Brown is a very talented receiver. But I do understand the love for CeeDee Lamb because he is explosive. And when he gets open and when he gets out there, Dallas is a much more formidable team than when they're not. So, I think that at the end of the day, it's between those two. I mean, outside of Cooper Kupp, because I don't really even know why Cooper Kupp is even in this conversation. Because Cooper Kupp has proven his respect. He has proven the type of player he is. So, I consider him a wide receiver 1.
Didn't know CD quite had those stats last year.
Yes,
CD was actually
and to his toughness as well, because in the playoff game against the 49ers, he messed up both of his fingers somehow. He left the game, got him taped up, came back in, and caught a long ball.
CD
what I see is 3 years in the league, catches, yards, and touchdowns have all went up every year.
Yeah.
He's Dallas's
I give
best.
CeeDee Lamb all the props in the world just based upon what I saw at the draft. When Homegirl tried to take his phone and he was like, no.
That is not true, Bacon Grizzler. Dak is what helps CeeDee Lamb because Cooper Rush did not.
Please
okay,
but Dak has never helped anyone but Dak.
With that being said, let's turn to what's actually turned into a volatile situation. In the NFL, as you guys have been following, from the comments of Derrick Henry, for the holdouts of J.K. Dobbins, there's a really ugly situation going on in Indianapolis. We sit here and talk about Jonathan Taylor. He and the Indianapolis Colts are not seeing eye to eye. And there's so much that's just have to unpack with this situation. So I'm going to start with Jay over here. Give us your thoughts because this is the division with a team that you'll be facing and a player that has impacted games that you guys have faced against them. What do you think is happening with this Jonathan Taylor situation?
What I want to say, I can't say on air. But Jim Irsay strikes again. Man, they can't afford to lose him. They can't. They cannot afford to lose. You already got questions at quarterback, and now you got this. If this lands, I mean, like, if you end up giving him away, now what? I don't think you can afford to start over right now. You were just in the playoffs. When was it that Phil Rivers retired?
100% wrong, and that's why this is going on. But keep going.
Whoa! What am I wrong about?
You said you can't afford to lose him.
I said they cannot.
I'll give you my reasoning. Go ahead and say what you want to say. You want the Irsay quote, though? Because I wrote it down.
Go ahead.
You want the Irsay quote?
Go ahead.
Talking about if I die tonight and Jonathan is out of the league, no one's going to miss us.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
Yeah, he isn't wrong. But my point is this: is when you just alluded to it, Dom. Okay, you said the AFC South is not good. So in theory, it's a relatively easy division to win, right? So if you got questions at quarterback, and then you got this going on. I mean, I know the Jags are favored to win a division. You see what I'm saying now?
I feel what you're saying, yes. With a rookie quarterback,
I know the Jags are favored to win a division. And then also at the same time, you got to look at we know who the Texans are right now so far, right? Who knows what the Titans are going to be? You got Derrick Henry, but what's going on with Tannehill? Who's starting? Him? Levis and Butthead? Music City Malik? What's going on with that? You know what I mean? Like, pretty much, but it's still, because the Jaguars won the division last year, but they won at 9-8. Okay, it is still a winnable division, typically amongst anybody. This is an easy division to win. You can't afford to have this going on right now, Mr. Irsay. Get control of your team. That's it. A lot of people will call Jonathan Taylor the best offensive weapon. Anyone on this panel want to disagree? Cool. Anybody in the comments want to disagree? Cool. Jonathan Taylor is the best offensive weapon. The engine of your train wants out. Just want to put that out there. All right, Dom, go ahead.
Okay.
There you go. Go ahead.
Apparently, Jonathan Taylor wants to be the latest example, guinea pig, ignorant MF, or call him what you will. Like you're not going to be the one to buck this trend of the NFL not paying running backs. This goes all the way back to Le'Veon Bell. We see how that worked out. Zeke got his payday and got cut before that contract was fulfilled. Not to mention the fact that you got Zeke and Kareem Hunt. You've got two NFL rushing leaders in a season, both without jobs. Jonathan Taylor, also 2 years ago, led the league in rushing. However, I did the math, and I had to do the math because it came down to
He said math, not addition.
decimal points. Jonathan Taylor won a rushing title merely by virtue of having the most rushing attempts. And it's been, it's 2 years in a row. I'm going to go ahead and make it 3 this year, assuming he starts the season getting RB1 carries. This year, sorry, love you, Josh Jacobs, you're getting hurt. Because the year that Jonathan Taylor won the rushing title, 332 attempts, 1,811 yards, 5.45 per carry. Nick Chubb got hurt, 228 carries, 1,259 yards, 5.52. So you literally only won the rushing title because he stayed healthy for 1 year. And you can't, what does he think he's doing? Oh, I want to get traded. Okay, A, they don't want to trade you because running backs are devalued. They won't get what they hope you're worth, what you think you're worth. And even if they do, so you get traded to whoever. The rumor is the Bucks. It doesn't matter who you get traded to. They're not going to pay you either. It's a unfortunate situation for running backs in a passing league. It's a 2-back system, but guess what? Even in a 2-back system, these running backs can't stay healthy. You got to make as much money as you can until a team cuts you. Dalvin Cook, another once elite running back, also without a job.
He's hoping to still land in Miami, and that's seemingly falling through also. And we've, touched on this on the gauntlet. And this is, truth be told, anyone who's ever played the game would agree that the most abused position is running back. It's not just getting tackled. It's going out there blocking. If you hurt your knee, you are not the same. You are not the same. Ask Lattimore out of South Carolina. He suffered the unholy trinity, a complete blown knee. Ask any running back that suffered a knee injury, they are not the same. Unless you're Adrian Peterson, but he's a cyborg, okay? He tore his ACL and came back and almost took the NFL rushing record altogether. But there's only one AD. How many before him and how many after?
He should have took
running back success record, more so hinges on offensive line talent. Looking at you, Evan Smith.
He should have took the offensive record because he had the chance to get it, and they weren't stopping him. He should have had the NFL record for most rushing yards in a season. Straight up.
Yep, you should have.
Who? Oh, AP?
Yes, because there was no doubt in my mind that if you gave him the ball again, he was not going to get the rushing record and a touchdown. But
Barry would have had it his 2,000-yard season.
Very true. Exactly. And he came, like you said, Jay highlighted, he came back from a serious injury. So now we're going to go to a Southern team. And this team has been vying for chances to be able to be recognized as an NFL powerhouse, which for a small time, which I know Dom is going to be like, no, they were an NFL powerhouse. And that's New Orleans Saints with Cam Jordan, who signed his extension. So he's going to be with the NFL, the New Orleans Saints, for at least until 2025. So, Jay, it's not our division, but what do you think of this? What does this say to the NFL, and particularly the NFC South? Sorry, Anthony
Man.
and Pineapple got me a little bit. Go ahead, have fun.
No, you're good. You're good. Shout out to our producer Tariq for this one, bringing this one up for a topic tonight. One of our young interns is doing a tremendous job behind the scenes. With that being said, they need Cam Jordan. Because me personally, I think the bright spot on the New Orleans Saints is that defense. Okay, so why not? Why not sign your captain back? Anybody's guess what's going to happen with Kamara. You got Derek Carr, and who low-key may be the best quarterback in that division, but that remains to be seen. But they say a quarterback's best friend, in particular a young quarterback's best friend, and I mean, I know Derek Carr's right at prime status right now, but two best friends are a excellent running game and a solid defense. I'm not expecting Derek Carr to throw for 5,000 yards or rush for 1,000 yards. We pretty much know what he is right now, right? But to his advantage and to his defense, he's in the NFC South, a division that's just as bad, if not worse, than the AFC South. Another division that has way more questions than answers, because look at the other quarterbacks that are out there.
I was just about to say.
Desmond Ritter, mystery. Bryce Young, mystery. Baker Mayfield,
you know what he is. Trask. And that's a straight-up battle right now.
Exactly. So, actually, I'm going to walk back what I said. Carr easily is the best quarterback in that division until we see what's going on with the first-round draft pick from this year. And Desmond went on first rounder, and the draft pick from last year. So, I mean, but getting back to Cam Jordan, finishing up here, I agree with the move. He's your defensive star, So, good on the Saints to retain him. I've got them clear cut winning the division though, but that's just me.
Okay, there you go. So we all see that you got the Saints winning the division. Dom, particularly because it's not my division, but you are in the NFC. So there's a chance that this team may play a role in your possible playoff hopes. What do you think of the Cam Jordan extension?
Obviously he's their best player on defense. He's he's at least top 10, maybe top 5, one of the ends in the whole league. And like with all those, why do you keep throwing your phone on the floor? Oh, Pineapple Amsterdam. Gotcha.
It's not a gauntlet episode until JJ throws his phone on the floor or it drops or
the
whatever.
Football. I would say at this point, fortifying your defense is more important than anything with your offense, because to Jay's point, the rest of those quarterbacks, somebody's got to win this trash division. The Saints are the only one with a legitimate quarterback. And yes, it does play very heavily into the Lions' fate potentially, because it should be a few easy wins, but it also could come down to who gets the 3 seed or the 4 seed. No, it won't be that. We might need a tiebreaker to finish ahead of, say, the Saints. I think we probably beat the Saints. Sadly, I have us losing to the Falcons. We'll beat Tampa. We should beat Carolina. Yeah, I think we're getting stomped by Atlanta, like that Carolina game last year, to the tune of like 300-plus rushing yards. Evidently, Atlanta has no faith in Desmond Ritter, because you have Tyler Algier and Cordarrelle Patterson, who accounted for like 1,800 rushing yards, and then you go and get Bijan as well. Right. I guess they're assuming their defense will at least be halfway decent, because if it is, you might see a whole bunch of box scores like that Mac Jones game where he threw 5 passes. They might do that every week if they can. I would too if I had that kind of rushing attack.
I see, what they're saying about the Falcons. My only concern is this. If you run into, and being a Longhorn, I wish Bijan all the success in the world. But if you run into a team with an awesome run defense and you forcing Desmond Ritter to actually throw the ball, what's anybody's guess? Once again,
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Running the ball is great till you run up against someone that won't let you run the ball.
there you go.
Honestly, Bacon Grizzler's comment is kind of ringing right now. But personally, I will say I don't really know who's going to win that division. But, and I hate to say it, they're not on my radar because they're not in my conference. So we're going to wrap this up with, ironically, given how I'm feeling right now, the non-sports topic, which is your favorite beer, canned beverage, or mixed drink. And given that I feel like I am the one that's furthest along.
Are you sure?
It's a possibility. But, so, I really am a margarita guy. I love margaritas, strawberry margarita frozen, but I'm adapting to the solid liquid form, whatever. I'm a frozen margarita guy. But if that's not available, I'm always with my two friends, my best friends, Amsterdam and Pineapple. They're best friends for tonight. And it's my Amsterdam Pineapple with ginger ale, which is the ultimate chaser. And this time, Hawaiian Punch. So, given how I'm feeling right now, I'm going to send this to whoever the goddamn floor. You guys tell us, what is your favorite beer, canned beverage, or mixed drink?
Mixed drink. Well, it's no secret. I'm cognac. I'm team cognac. If I gotta pick a favorite, and
No
it's
doubt.
still this one here is still a mystery too. I'm actually give this one a name by the night's end. I don't know. I might kill a whole fifth. It's Friday. I took some PTO today. I'm feeling good. I got the weekend. I'm stepping out tomorrow. So it's anybody. It's anybody's. What's gonna happen? Okay. But as far as this topic goes. Beer. Now, Dom, I used to be a Heineken dude,
Me too.
especially when I was stationed overseas. I was Heineken all day. I was drinking nothing but Heineken. Matter of fact, if I wasn't drinking the native beer, because I was drinking Tuborg beer, which is a Turkish beer out in Turkey, which is actually 3 times an American beer. And of course, I was drinking some Italian ones. Efes is in Turkey also. I've had of course, that time I had a layover in Ireland, had an Irish beer, So I've had beers from across the globe and stuff. But nothing beats cerveza. That's got to be my favorite. So Corona, Modelo Negra, Tecate, you name it. Mexican beers, my favorite. And then as far as that's about it actually. Probably my second favorite drink though is probably vodka.
John.
Wow. Bacon Grizzler, if you love Twisted Tea, as I can't say I don't anymore. I still do. Go get you a spiked Arnie. So much better. Like, Twisted Tea has the varieties of flavors. Okay, so real quick, favorite beer.
Moonshine. Okay, you guys are fucking.
Oh! Demonetized.
There goes a 18 plus label.
Stop.
Go ahead.
Stop saying Corona. No, you said Modelo, as did Jay.
You guys are
Corona is Mexican piss water
with the moonshine.
Modelo, yes.
Can y'all do the bleep? Can y'all do the bleep for me, please? Do the bleep.
I'm not going to bother with some craft beers that you've never heard of. There happens to be one made here in Michigan, in Rochester, not far from where the Pistons used to play, called Orange Whip. It's a milkshake IPA, delicious. I put that bottled or canned beverage in there for the non-beer drinkers, because I know Joe doesn't drink beer at all. Mixed drink, it's It's either Hennessy and cranberry or vodka and the blue cherry Gatorade, Faderade. Just stay hydrated while you're drinking.
Oh, what do you call it? A Faderade?
Faderade.
Good name. Good name.
It's great on Sundays in the fall and winter when you know it's a long day of drinking and watching football.
There you go.
If you like Gatorade. Don't pick a flavor that you like because it will ruin it for you. I can no longer drink the light blue or the light purple, also known as Papa Smurf and Grimace. Can't drink them mixed, can't drink them straight. Ruined it.
On that note, you guys, thank you so much. Shout out to Tariq, who's producing this show, and also be able to keep up with me as I am kind of feeling really okay right now. You know, it's been a good day type deal, but my teammates, my brothers, Mr. Dom, Mr. J, you know, every day, every week, I may not be here, but just honored at the idea. Shout out to our fans. Shout out to our team.
Hey, what you're not finna do is speak poorly about Mickey's.
Okay.
All right, we gotta wrap up.
You know, with that being said, like, just love you guys. Thank you guys for coming into the gauntlet. Any last words for my brothers from another mother, Mr. J and Dom?
SummerSlam tomorrow night, and on Monday, myself and Jacob Christner, first episode of the Sniper and the Pundit presents Top Rope Talk. So tune in. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. About a 30-minute show before Monday Night Raw. We're going to do a SummerSlam recap. Oh, if you want to be a guest, hit me up. Holla at me. Shout out JT. Man, I'm ready to get on this drink. Tyler, Bacon Grizz, all of them. Yeah.
I got a name for your drink. Very much.
Very much.
JJ's 3 sheets are 3 sheets.
I'm feeling really
he's
good
a full
right now.
half dozen sheets to the win.
I'm
Real
off
quick, because
tomorrow.
we're way past.
Really
We're gonna have to edit out. We're gonna have to edit out JJ's cussing and dropping his phone. But real quick, I forgot what I was gonna say. Thank you to everyone that watched, that was in the comments. We appreciate you. We love you, and that's it.
All right, you guys. Y'all have a good night. Tune in again. Come see us. Share us. Hit subscribe if you're on YouTube. You know, follow all of us if you want to get up with us. But you know what? Come back and see us next week. I'm going to play Mortal Kombat. Okay? There you go.
Well, we're still live. I don't care.